Hereditary Grand Dukedom of Luxembourg visits Cargo Lux in Findel. Prince Daniel of Sweden attends a seminar in Stockholm. The princely family of Monaco presides over the presentation of medals in Monacoville. And the royal family of Jordan attends the opening of Parliament in Amman. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are having a wonderful day today. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Monday, November 18th, 2024. In Amman, Their Majesties, King Abdullah II and Queen Rania of Jordan, Their Royal Highnesses, Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II and Princess Rajwa Al Hussein of Jordan, Her Royal Highness Princess Aliyah bint Al Hussein of Jordan, and Her Royal Highness Princess Aisha bint Al Hussein of Jordan attended the opening of the first ordinary session of the 20th Parliament this afternoon. Today's event marks the first public engagement Princess Rajwa Al Hussein has carried out since giving birth to her first child, Princess Iman bint Al Hussein, on August 3, 2024. During the opening, the king gave a speech from the throne in which he spoke about how the Kingdom of Jordan is, quote, working tirelessly through Arab and international efforts, end quote, to stop the war in Gaza. The king also congratulated the House of Representatives on their election and hoped that, quote, this House will mark a new phase in the process of progress and modernization in the service of Jordan and Jordanians. Honorable Senators, Honorable Representatives, this Parliament is a first step in the implementation of the political modernization project on a track to bolster the role of platform-based parties and the participation of women and young people. This requires parliamentary performance, collective action, and close cooperation between the government and Parliament in accordance with the Constitution. End quote. The king ended his speech by noting that Jerusalem will remain a Hashemite Jordanian priority and will continue to defend and safeguard its holy sites under the Hashemite custodianship, which, quote, we undertake with honor and integrity, end quote. In Muscat, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq Al Said of Amman, as Supreme Commander of the Royal Armed Forces of the Sultanate of Amman, presided over a military parade at Al Samuk grounds of the Sultan's Special Forces on the occasion of the 54th Glorious National Day. Joining the Sultan this afternoon were His Highness Crown Prince Saeed Hazem bin Haytham Al Said of Amman, His Highness Saeed Bilarab bin Haytham Al Said of Amman, government ministers, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and members of the Shura Council. The parade featured units from the Royal Army of Amman, the Royal Air Force of Amman, the Royal Navy of Amman, the Royal Guard of Amman, the Sultan's Special Forces, the Royal Amman Police, the Royal Court of Affairs, and the Military Music Corps of the Sultanate of Amman. This afternoon, in Monacoville, Their Serene Highnesses, Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene of Monaco, and Miss Camille Gottlieb presented medals of honor to the volunteers of the Mérite National du Sang and the Croix Rouge Monégasque in the Court of Honor at the Palais Princier de Monaco. In the morning, Her Royal Highness, Princess Caroline of Hanover, presided over the presentation of the Order of the Mérite Culturel in the Salon Bleu at the Palais Princier de Monaco. According to a press release from the Palais Princier de Monaco, it noted that during the ceremony, Ms. Charlotte Casaraghi was, quote, elevated to the rank of knight in her capacity as president of the Monaco Philosophical Meetings. Established in 2015, these meetings are dedicated to organizing conferences, debates, seminars, as well as literary prizes that aim to celebrate and promote philosophical thought. This distinction honors and rewards individuals who, through their works or their commitment, have contributed to the development of arts, letters, and sciences in Monaco. This distinction also honors those, even beyond the borders of the Principality, worked to promote the intellectual influence of Monaco in these areas. End quote. Recipients of the order went to Canadian singer and songwriter Mr. Samuel Andreev, French actor and director Mr. Charles Berling, and French art historian Mr. Olivier Gabet, to name a few. In Madrid, His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain opened the annual European Industrial Roundtable plenary session at the Four Seasons Hotel. According to the Royal Court of Spain, established in 1983 and based in Brussels, the European Roundtable for Industry acts as a, quote, lobby for European industry with the community authorities, but also provides a stable meeting point for the top executives of the continent's industry. In addition to these two plenary meetings, the European Roundtable for Industry issues reports to generate opinions on issues that concern the industry. In recent months, much of its work has been linked to the energy transition and the challenges that this process already poses for European companies. End quote. In Copenhagen, His Majesty King Frederik X of Denmark held public audiences at Christiansborg Slot. In the evening, the king hosted a networking meeting and dinner for members of Denmark Bridge at Christian VII's palace at Amalienborg. So, what is Denmark Bridge? Well, Denmark Bridge is a, quote, non-profit, membership-driven initiative consisting of leading Danish corporations that all share a common interest in exploring the opportunities that emerge from the vibrant innovation ecosystems in Silicon Valley and other key hotspots around the world. End quote. Meanwhile, in Kingston, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Haakon of Norway, as Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations Development Program, began his 3-day working visit to Jamaica. According to a statement from the UNDP, the visit will focus on sustainable solutions for the ocean, climate, and poverty. The Crown Prince is, quote, strongly involved in the work to promote the UN's sustainability goals, particularly Goal Number 1, to eradicate poverty, and Goal Number 14, to preserve marine life. Jamaica faces significant challenges related to climate change, which threatens the country's coastal communities and economic stability. End quote. In Stockholm, the Royal Court of Sweden announced that Her Majesty Queen Sylvia of Sweden will not participate in the state visit to the Republic of Singapore on Tuesday, November 19th through 21st, due to a severe respiratory infection. The Royal Court goes on to note that the Queen, quote, looked forward with joy to visiting Singapore and regrets that she is unable to accompany the King on the trip. However, out of consideration for the Singaporean hosts and the rest of the state visit delegation, the Queen chooses to remain in Sweden, so as to not risk exposing others to infection. The Queen's planned individual program items during the state visit are carried out by accompanying state secretaries and the Queen's state consort. End quote. This morning, His Royal Highness Prince Daniel of Sweden attended a breakfast seminar on entrepreneurship and innovation, along with representatives of the Prince Daniel's Fellowship Network and the IVA Business Council, held at the Royal Academy of Engineering Sciences. According to the Royal Court of Sweden, the seminar featured various speakers, including IT entrepreneur Mr. Niklas Zenström. Mr. Zenström spoke about the, quote, startup and financing landscape of the last 10 years, and he also gave an insight into the coming decade. End quote. Meanwhile, Her Royal Highness, Princess Madeleine of Sweden, chaired a World Childhood Executive Committee meeting. At the Royal Palace, Her Royal Highness, Princess Sophia of Sweden, chaired the Prince Couples Foundation meeting. And finally, in Findel, His Royal Highness, Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg, as Lieutenant Representative of the Grand Duke, and the Minister of the Economy, Mr. Lex Dellis, visited the company headquarters of Cargolux. Established in 1970, Cargolux, held under the motto, "You name it, we fly it," is Europe's quote. Largest all-cargo airline with a fleet of modern Boeing 747-400s and 747-8 freighters. Cargolux offers an extensive product range, covering everything from everyday cargo to shipments that require special attention to detail, special treatment, and expert handling. Cargolux is your #1 air freight transport. End quote. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, November 19th, with all the latest royal news and events. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you, your family, your friends, and your pets a wonderful afternoon. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you'd like, and click on the notification bell so you won't miss a new episode. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.